suggestions for how I can make the videos better. I'm still learning, so bear with me. But yeah, today's video I'm going to be talking about some of my top books that I'm looking forward to getting to in 2025. So I'm just going to get straight into them. The first book that I am excited for is The House of My Mother by Shari Frankie. If you're as chronically online as I am, then I'm sure you've already heard about this book. But Shari Frankie was part of the 8 Passengers YouTube channel that was going for so many years. That I used to watch with my cousin. We'd talk about it all the time because there were always like little controversies about them. But I can't remember if it was last year or if it was 2 years ago, but the mum of the channel, Ruby Frankie, got arrested for, I'm not sure what I can say on YouTube, but child abuse. Don't know if I can say that. We'll see if we get flagged. And this is the book that her daughter Shari Frankie has come out with, and this only published like this week, and I'm planning on reading this next because I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm going to read all the blurbs for these, so I don't get the description wrong, because obviously I've not read them yet, so I don't know. So we've got the blurb here. Shari Frankie's childhood was a constant battle for survival. Her mother, Ruby Frankie, enforced a severe moral code while maintaining the facade of a picture-perfect family for their wildly popular YouTube channel, 8 Passengers, which documented the day-to-day life of raising 6 children for a staggering 2.5 million subscribers. But a darker truth lurked beneath the surface. Ruby's wholesome online persona masked a more tyrannical parenting style than anyone could have imagined. As the family's YouTube notoriety grew, so too did Ruby's delusions of righteousness, fueled by the statistic influence of relationship coach Jodie Hildebrand. Together, they implemented an inhumane and merciless disciplinary regime. Ruby and Jodie were arrested in Utah in 2023, so 2 years ago, on multiple charges of aggravated child abuse. On that fateful day, Shari shared a photo online of a police car outside their home. Her caption had one word: finally. For the first time, Shari will reveal the truth behind 8 Passengers and her family's devastating involvement with Jodie Hildebrand's cultish life coaching program, Connections. No stone is left unturned as Shari exposes the perils of influencer culture and shares for the first time her battle for truth and survival in the face of her mother's cruelty. As I said, I'm so excited for this one. As I said, I was subscribed to the 8 Passengers channel for years and years, and I feel bad in myself that I was subscribed to them. It's easy in hindsight to say that it was so obvious and like, how was they not arrested sooner? So yeah, I feel a bit guilty that I've watched them for so many years, but I'm very excited to read this. And as I said, I think I'm going to read this next. I've got a few ARC's advanced reader copies that I meant to get to last year, Fantasma, where the only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart. When Ophelia's sister disappears, there's only one way to save her. She must enter Fantasma and claim its prize. A single wish. I think that kind of sounds like Caraval. I've not read Caraval, but isn't that not the plot of Caraval? I don't know. There are only two rules. Stay alive and don't fall in love. I don't think she's gonna manage that. Ophelia is sure she only needs to worry about staying alive. But Fantasma is a maze of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms. You never know what or who is waiting round the corner. When a mysterious stranger offers Ophelia a bargain, she hesitates. Charming, arrogant, and infuriatingly attractive, Blackwell claims he can guide her through Fantasma's lethal trials. All he asks in return is 10 years of her life. That doesn't sound like a good deal. Ophelia knows she shouldn't trust him, but what choice does she have? All she has to do is resist the dark and undeniable attraction drawing them closer and closer. Yeah, it says A Court of Thorns and Roses meets Caraval in this seductive fantasy adventure. Steamy romance, sexy morally grey love interest, and OCD rep, which I really like. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. It also sounds, reading the blurb then, sounds a little bit like Serpent of the Wings of Night, which I read last year and really enjoyed, by Carissa Broadbent. That's another series that I need to finish this year. Moving on, I've got another arc that I don't know when this arc is from, it doesn't say, but it's Quicksilver. Quicksilver by, it doesn't say. Callie Hart. I picked up this bookmark from work. I'm so good at ASMR. And on the back it says, your next romantasy obsession is here. I'm so excited to read this one. I've heard so many good things. Whoa. Hello. And I'm so annoyed that I've not already read it, because I've had this one for quite some time. But reading the blurb of this one, be careful of the deals you make, dear child. The devil is in the details. 24-year-old Saris Vane is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses, or the fact that she's been picking pockets and stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. But a secret is like a knot, and sooner or later it's bound to come undone. When Saris comes face to face with death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to the land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been a stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares, but it turns out they're real. And Saris has landed herself right in the middle of a centuries-long conflict that just might get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of Yvlia. Yvelia. How would you pronounce that? Yvlia. blade warrior who has secrets and nefarious agendas of his own. He will use her alchemist magic to protect his people, no matter what it costs him or her. Death has a name. It is Kingfisher of the Asian Gate. His past is murky, his attitude stinks, and he's the only way Sirius is going to make it home. This one came out on the 3rd of December, and I definitely got it about 2 months before that. But it's fine because I'm talking about them now. This is what I meant to do, so it's fine. The Ark gods will forgive me. But yeah, I'm so excited for this one. Ooh. That's a very pretty map. It's a very nice arc. Oh, there's a pronunciation guide. So Ceres is Ceres. I was close. Ceres, like Ceres Norris from the Norris Nuts. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a pronunciation for Yivlia, so we will never know. I'm going to tap on the bookmark again because that sounded really nice. Moving on, I have a book that I got in one of my Illumicrate subscriptions last year. August 2024. The faces I make, I'm just like, lovely. This is Mistress of Lies by K.M. Enright. First of all, the cover, Illumicrate, never misses. Oh, beautiful. Then, if I remove this, and I'm going to take off the dust jacket. The naked book. Oh my god. And then, on top of that, and this is what really makes me want to read this book, these end pages, are you kidding? They're stunning. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're so pretty. I'm so excited to read this one. I've read about 3 or 4 of my Illumicrate books. I only started getting them midway through 2024, and I've really enjoyed all the ones I've read so far. I actually just finished one and I gave it 5 stars, so I'll talk about that in my reading wrap up for January. But I'm hoping that Mistress of Lies can carry on that theme of really great books from Illumicrate. But let's read the blurb. Fate is a cruel mistress. The daughter of a powerful but disgraced blood worker, Shan the Clare, has spent her entire life perfecting her blood magic, building her network of spies, and gathering scraps of power. Now, to protect her brother, she assassinates their father and takes her place at the head of the family. And that is only the start of her revenge. Samuel Hutchinson is a bastard with a terrible gift, and when he stumbles upon the first victim of a magical serial killer, he's drawn into the world of sorcery and intrigue he's worked so hard to avoid, and is pulled deeply into the ravenous villainous and bloodthirsty court of the Vampire King. Vampire King, Vampire King, Vampire King. Tasked to discover the identity of the killer, cutting a bloody swath through the city, Samuel Shan and mysterious royal blood worker Isaac find themselves growing ever closer to each other. Do they now? But Shan's plans are treacherous, and as she lures Samuel into her complicated web of desire, treason, and vengeance, he must decide if the good of their nation is worth the cost of his soul. Mistress of Lies is a darkly seductive romantasy debut with a villainous, bloodthirsty heroine who finds herself plunged into the dangerous world of power, politics, and murder. But yeah, this one sounds really good, and out of all the Illumicrate books I've got, this is what I will be picking up next. Next, I've got another arc, because I am bad at reading arcs. And this is The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I'm so excited for this. Again, I'm going to read this month as well. I also picked up a bookmark from work as well. It's so pretty, it's so sparkly. Bookmarks might just be my new favourite ASMR trigger. To the world, they were a scandal. To each other, an obsession. This has been pitched to me as great for fans of Taylor Jenkins Reid and ice skating. I used to be an ice skater, and so I'm very excited to read this, and I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is in my top 3 books of all time. So anything that's going to give me those vibes, I'm so here for. This one isn't actually out yet. It comes out well, it just says January 2025. I know that. It comes out sometime this week, and I am planning on reading this in January as well. Okay. I believe it's also a Pride and Prejudice retelling, modern and with ice skating. It also gives me similar vibes to that Netflix show Spinning Out, which I really liked. Everyone thinks Heath Rocker was my first love. He wasn't. My first love was figure skating. Katarina Shaw has always known that she was destined to become an Olympic skater. When she meets Heath Rocker, a lonely kid stuck in the foster care system, their instant connection makes them a formidable duo on the ice, clinging to skating and each other to escape their turbulent lives. Kat and Heath go from childhood sweethearts to champion ice dancers, captivating the world with their scorching chemistry, rebellious style, and rollercoaster relationship, until a shocking incident at the Olympic Games brings their partnership to a sudden end. As the 10-year anniversary of their final skate approaches, an unauthorised documentary reignites the public obsession with Shaw and Rocker, but Kat can't stand the thought of someone else defining her legacy. So, after a decade of silence, she's telling her story. Sensational rumours have haunted their every step for years, but the truth may be even more shocking than the headlines. Inspired by the powerful love and hate that fuels Emily Bronte's classic Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights, not Pride and Prejudice, obviously, from the fact that his name is Heath. The Favourites is an exhilarating dance between passion, ambition, and what it truly means to win. A lot of people that I work with have read this, and it was like one of their favourite books from last year. And so I've got to read it. I'm so excited though. It genuinely is like right up my street. It sounds similar to Gary Soto's back in terms of redefining your truth. Same with Evelyn Hugo. As I said, I love ice skating, so I'm very excited. And finally, I have one that I'm not sure if I can say the title of on YouTube or not. So I'm going to say the Mind Bleep series instead. But you all know what that really says. This is 5 books in one. I got it for Christmas. I did ask for it. And so I'm excited to be able to count this as 5 books towards my reading goal. I also just love it. Obviously this is self-published, but the font is just hilarious. Like, it's just, what a funny book. If I made a book, this is exactly what I would want it to look like. I love it. This is a dark romance between, I believe, a serial killer and the FBI agent or police agent who's trying to find out who the serial killer is. Hilarious. I'm not going to read the blurb of this one because, in all honesty, it's crap. And I don't want to. But just know the tagline is romance with a stabby twist. And what more could you want? This one I'm looking forward to reading as a bit of a palate cleanser. And when I need a laugh. And when I'm behind on my reading goal. We've reached the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. What books are you excited to read in 2025 that you've been meaning to get to? Do feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you want to, only if you want to though. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Again, feel free to leave any suggestions for videos down in the comment section.